Google whistleblower, Tarif, are you with us?
Yes, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Tarif, how you doing?
How y'all doing? Thanks for taking everybody call. Like I said before, y'all got one of the best internet shows on the planet.
Thank you.
Know.
Thank you. Thank you, Tarif.
I have several comments. There's a lot of them, but they're gonna be quick and to the point. First comment: free Julian Assange.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the U.S. going to appeal the decision by the courts because the courts might strike the U.S. Decision down, which means the U.S. going to come back again and repeal that decision, which means this can drag out in courts for years. Let's hope not that it don't happen. Free Julian Assange, of course. China and U.S. with these sanctions, if the U.S. ever decouple from China or really sanction China like they've sanctioned Russia, then you're gonna see a collapse of the dollar within the next 10 or 15 years, because China had a war on poverty, and their middle class sector is building up, and tourists. When I was in Honduras and Costa Rica some years ago, I saw Chinese tourists, a whole bunch of them. When I was in Costa Rica, I saw them. In Honduras, I saw them too, and there was a whole bunch of them. So you get a win-win situation with China, with the tourist industry, and also with the Belt and Road Initiative. And what you get from the U.S. is what? Sanctions. If you keep the dollar. So if you don't go along with the sanctions, you have a regime change in your own country, or you get sanctioned. So it's best to go with China or Russia. And the U.S. is not giving no awards; they're just giving out punishments to keep people in line with the U.S. policy. That's not right, you know. So over time, you see the Chinese yen become stronger and stronger if they really decouple from China. That won't be good for the U.S. Arizona, I'm waiting for the decision. I don't know if they start counting the ballots yet on that case that the judge decided last month for the auditors to count 2 million ballots in Arizona. So I'm still waiting on that. That's dealing with the 2020 election cycle between Trump and Biden. The governor, Newsom, at the end of this month, we got this the recall ballots. They're gonna count to see if he got up to 1.5 million to have a recall. If it's true, if it is over if it's 1.5 and over, then at the end of the year they'll be having new elections, and I think that's very important. You can tell how the establishment keep things away from the public. They don't show them that race in California is very important. That ballot recount is very important. Dealing with Governor Newsom's recall, the media is not covering it, but I think they're afraid of it. I think Nancy Pelosi is very afraid of that, because if that happens, then I'm going to sit back and see what's else going to shake from that, because California got a lot of pull. I mean, a very lot of pull. The 6th largest economy in the world, ahead of Russia. They had a rumor circulating around on the net that if Trump would have won, the liberals would have leveraged California, and it was going to use California they was going to push California, Oregon, and Washington State to secede from the Union. If that would have happened, it would have took a whole bunch of tax collection debt from the federal coffers. So Governor Newsom lose this race. I mean, if it's over 1.5 million for the recall, then that's going to put a monkey wrench into the leverage that Dems have, the DNC have. I don't want to say Democrats. I'd rather say DNC have on the Republicans or whatnot. The Chinese, man, that's quick. I went through them quick.
There you go.
I went through. My mind just went blank. But oh yeah, okay. The Chinese. Back to the Chinese. Okay, with the thank God I remember this. Y'all talking about okay, the Chinese Blue Navy is they have it, but it's not as large as the US, right?
No.
Last year or the year before last, the Chinese showed a capability of building a ship. It took them 2 months to build a frigate, I think it was. I think it was a Type 52 ship. I don't know if y'all read the report, but that's unbelievable time frame to build a warship in 2 months. When I worked at Avondale Shipyard in on the Mississippi River in New Orleans back in 2003 to 2005, we was working on LPD 17s, right, which is landing ships. The hovercraft comes off the back of it and then land on beaches, right? We was working on those ships. It took us over 2 years to build that ship. Our deadline was supposed to be finished before 2 years, but it took us over 2 years. So compared to 2 years to 2 months, Chinese displayed a capability of building a multi-advanced ship within 2 months. Is you gotta hand it to them. That's pretty good. Because if you all the stuff that we was fabricating to go on that LPD 17 ship, naval ship, U.S. Navy ship, was a lot of stuff to go inside of it. And for China to build a ship not as big as the LPD 17, but as a frigate size within 2 months, that's unbelievable. And that ship was designated for deep blue water, right?
Yeah.
So what that tells you, China can amass a 600-man fleet, a 100-boat ship within 5 to 10 years. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. You know, they're already working on aircraft carriers and other things of that nature, which is to balance out the power on the seas. So, man, you gotta say, man, they really learning. You was talking about the satellite technology, the radar technology. I've been keeping up with China to a certain point with the radar technology. They might about the year 2030 surpass Russia, because we all know Russia got the best radar technology with the X band, S band, VHF, UFF systems. And you got the THZ new system supposed to be coming out. But China developed a radar system that work off protons or photons or something like that. Well, any stealth aircraft will be visible to it.
Yeah.
And they use that same technology to link up their satellite communication and also the communication on the ground.
Yeah.
And the Chinese, I read a report somewhere that the Chinese had demonstrated it on the ground, that they expanded it for 800 miles inside China. The U.S. have yet to get to that. The U.S. is still working with 5G technology. The Chinese is working on 7G now. 7G technology. So, yeah, I guess I ran out with the what to say, what else. But anyway, free Julian science, and we got to keep on moving forward.
Absolutely. Go on, Alex.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Tarif. Thank you very much. And I think the next person that's going to jump in is going to also say some very interesting things about what Tarif said, because it looks like Tarif knows his stuff going on. Thank you very much, Tarif.
No.
Thank you, man. Anytime.
Thank you. Take care.